I urge you to consider the real needs of working families in Atlanta and allocate money that actually promotes public safety towards efforts like public education, public health, public housing, and vote.
I have a couple of comments for the Atlanta City Council, and this is Steve Kerr. Number one is, I went to the June 17 town hall meeting for Plan A of the 2021 Comprehensive Development Plan draft. During that town hall, I was promised a hard copy the next day by the NPU coordinator, Leo LaRue. And I finally got my own copy 2 weeks later, that I copied at the library after lots of unnecessary effort. And I have still not seen the revised plan that came out last week. It's at my East Atlanta library. It's locked up in the manager's office, who won't be back until this coming Friday. This is number two. I have a general dissatisfaction with 311, except for the Department of Watershed Management. They are out there next day to look at sewer overflows on my property and adjoining properties. But we repeated calls to the councilperson chair of the Utilities Committee to see firsthand the problems of trash and fecal pollution over Treshman Creek and all the way to South River. And nothing has happened since last February. I'm at 678-886-8666. Please call me. I want to show you the mess that City of Atlanta is causing. And has been. I know you all are responsible and want to deal with it, so please call me. And I'll show you where it is, what it is.
Hi, my name is Lauren Coughlin. I'm a resident and voter in Atlanta. I oppose the proposal by Joyce Shepherd to lease the public land to the privately owned corporate-funded Atlanta Police Station. This land should be used by the residents of the surrounding neighborhoods in DeKalb County, not by the police. After years of police brutalizing protesters during the Recreational drugs, it is insulting that the city not only voted to increase the police budget by 6%, but now intends to invest further resources and space towards policing and surveillance through this proposed facility. My question is, how much money are you going to have to spend until you realize the police are not the solution to crime serving the community is? Police and police academies do not keep people safe. The training facilities will be used to train cops to better use violence, repression tactics against Atlanta civilians, weapons and explosive testing, and dangerous shooting ranges. It is time the mayor and city council address the needs of real working class people living in Atlanta. No more bending over backwards to police corporations and developers. The city must address poverty, systematic inequality, food deserts, public transportation, lack of affordable housing, and aid to our homeless communities. This proposal by Joyce Shepherd lacks a democratic process. The surrounding residents in DeKalb County were not consulted prior to this proposal to lease the land. City Council has a responsibility to seek community input when making decisions, including renters, and especially renters in low-income communities. The fact that this forest used a prison farm underscores I just can't wait to vote all y'all out.
Hello, my name is Laura Smedley, and I would like to express concern with the plan to lease out historic forests for the purposes of building a cop training facility. I would like to keep this forest, and I would also like to not have new training facilities for teaching cops how to more effectively kill people and utilize deadly weapons in the act of killing people. Thank you.
Hello? Okay, the stream went down for a few seconds. This is to the public, and so they're getting the connection back up. Just want to let everyone know that we are in the process of the public comment, and I believe we probably have about a half an hour to go. So as soon as they get it back up, I will let you know. And I know they're working on it right now. Go ahead.
Comments for Yolanda Street.
Hi, my name is Lauren Coughlin. I'm a resident and voter in Atlanta. I oppose the proposal by Joyce Shepherd to lease the public land to the privately owned corporate funded Atlanta police station. This land should be used by residents in surrounding neighborhoods in DeKalb County, not by the police. After years of police brutalizing protesters standing up for racial justice and against police violence, and after the Recreational drugs, it is insulting that the city not only voted to increase the police budget by 6%, but now intends to invest further resources and space towards policing and surveillance through this proposed facility. My question is, how much money are you going to have to spend until you realize the police are not the solution to crime serving the community is? Police and police academies do not keep people safe. The training facilities will be used to train cops to better use violent repression tactics against Atlanta civilians, weapons and explosive testing, and dangerous shooting ranges. It is time the mayor and city council address the needs of real working class people living in Atlanta. No more bending over backwards to police corporations and developers. The city must address poverty, systematic inequality, food deserts, public transportation, lack of affordable housing, and aid to our homeless communities. This proposal by Joyce Shepherd lacks a democratic process. The surrounding residents in DeKalb County were not consulted prior to this proposal to lease the land. City Council has a responsibility to seek community input when making decisions, including renters, and especially renters in low-income communities. The fact that this forest used to be a prison farm underscores I just can't wait to vote all y'all out.
Hello, my name is Laura Smedley, and I would like to express concern with the plan to lease out historic forests for the purposes of building a cop training facility. I would like to keep this forest, and I would also like to not have new training facilities for teaching cops how to more effectively kill people and utilize deadly weapons in the act of killing people. Thank you.
My name is Paula, P-A-U-L-A. My last name is Hill, H-I-L-L, and I am opposed to public land being leased to the Peace Foundation construction there. Please do not do that. It's not a good idea. Thank you. Bye.
Christian, Kathy Harmon Christian, and I live in DeKalb County in Stone Mountain here. This is a proposal by Joel Shepherd, the Atlanta Police Foundation, for the construction of a new police training center. I really would like this land to be used differently and not for the police. I believe that the proposal lacks a democratic process, and so I am here to put my voice in to ask you to please not use this land in this way. So the land is being destroyed to build this center, and it used to be a place where incarcerated blacks were sold servitude, which makes it even more of a heart-rending decision that you would think about using it for the police. So please do not do that, and thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Erin, and I'm in Atlanta, District 5. I am calling in today to oppose the proposal by Joyce Shepherd to lease public land to the Atlanta Police Foundation for the construction of a new police training center. This land should be used by the residents of DeKalb County and not police.
many folks who have called to make their voices heard about this were either not allowed to speak or dismissed. Everyone was in the virtual Zoom meeting. There's no oversight in this matter, and there absolutely must be. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Elaine. I am a resident and voter in the city of Atlanta, and I'm calling today to ask the city council to please vote no on allowing the Deter these three lands to be leased to the in this transaction to be undemocratic. These residents will not this training facility with all of the things it's going to be equipped with, the explosive testing, the shooting range. It's going to create a much more dangerous environment in the city, and especially we need to be looking out for the Black community of Atlanta. And I just ask that the city council prioritize the needs of the Atlanta community as opposed to the corporate funders of this police foundation, especially after COVID, when this has been such a trying time for many families that I've seen firsthand just in my neighborhood in Atlanta, that it's upsetting that this is where we're putting our money instead of trying to help working families get food on the table, especially during this time. So I appreciate your time, and again, I ask that you vote no. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashley Dixon, and I'm calling to say that I oppose the proposal by Joyce Shepard to lease public land for the construction of a new police training center. This land should be used by the residents of DeKalb County and not the police. The proposal lacks a democratic process, and many folks who called to make their voices heard during the city public input meeting about this were not allowed to speak. Everyone was put on mute, and many questions were dismissed. So I oppose this proposal. Please do not build a police training center at this site.
Hello, my name is Ms. March. Welcome back. We got 4 months left. 4 months. Whoever's running for re-election got 4 months. We don't want no promise. We want contract. And that's what I'm asking again. Forgiveness. Forgiveness of the water bill. Again, use the Rescue Plan Act. Forgiveness of the water bill. Again, forgiveness. My crew is not here because Marcy and Teddy went on vacation. They will be saying again, forgiveness. We could do this. Forgive the water bill. Have a blessed day.
This is Emma Yarbrough. I am a resident of City Council District 5, and I am calling because I would like to express my severe distaste and disagreement with the leasing of the land, the 300 plus acres of land to the Atlanta Police Foundation by City Council. It's going to cause environmental devastation and deforestation, and I think at this time in our climate, it is an insane thing to do. City Council has obstructed public comment and concern, representing an undemocratic process. I think it's proven with the highest budget our police force has ever had, and rising crime rates, that policing and surveillance won't keep people safe. So please invest in the community instead of destroying a community. Please vote no. Thank you.
Greetings, council members and staff. A special greetings to you citizens and voters of Atlanta monitoring your government and actions this election year. Ben Howard, Senior Advocate, Public Policy Analyst. At the July 17th meeting of APAB, the Atlanta Planning Advisory Board, Debbie Skopczynski, APAB Business, dropped the ball again on the question of the Citizen Participation Committee. ignoring the fact that those two words, citizen participation, are embedded intentionally in the APAP mission statement. Debbie Skopczynski continues to forestall the creation of an APAP Citizen Participation Committee, much to the delight of those in government who benefit by keeping citizens in subjection and in the dark about what's going on behind the scenes at City Hall. An immediate benefit of increased citizen participation would be citizens would know more about how the city plans to spend community development block grant money, which is on the council agenda today. Has Debbie Skopczynski been taking notes from the NPUR 9, Antonita Robinson, Collis Claire, Ricardo Jacobs, Renato Scott, Albert White, Allison Hathaway, Sherry Williams, Cheryl Brown, and Agent X? Hope the citizens participate. Debbie Skopczynski and NPUR 9 supporters and protectors. Hope the citizens participate.
I am Brother Anthony Mohammed, a soulful spiritual being, not a believer, no more in religion. Spirituality was here before invaders and entered into Kemet, the continent we call Africa. I am sad we have to turn back the heart of humanity to the will of the people that represented spirituality. Indeed, of our trust, justice, equality, all of the religions has been made up by man for the benefit of the percent of influential means to control the will of humanity. Women,
Thank you.
that's the matriarchs of society.
Thank you.
My actresses were the main leader of humanity for yin yang, men and women. I'm asking you to recognize the mayor, Manny Jackson. His tenure was for the benefit of all, but especially for the darker people of the capital city of Georgia, Atlanta. But since then, we have had the mayor to give race cities, give weighted resources for the benefit of the have and have more. No homes for the homeless. No training for the young children to find themselves being on the street. Even with police today, would hit a woman in the head with, and no men of humanity of the spirit would speak out. But I ask that you do great for the women Caucasians. It's time for perpetual change. May I make a...
Hi, my name is Josh Lynch. I'm a resident and voter in the city of Atlanta, and I wanted to call to speak out against the building of the police training facility in unincorporated DeKalb County. I've spent a good part of my weekend the last couple of weeks talking to residents around the proposed location, residents of Joyce Shepherd's district, and almost every single person had not been informed of this plan, had not been consulted about this plan, and it's not even our job to be speaking to those constituents. That's Joyce Shepherd's job, and she's not listening to her constituents because none of them think that an undemocratic proposal that they're trying to sneak through without talking to the community is fair, is just, and even if they aren't against the facility in general, they still think it's undemocratic how this is all played out. But I am against the facility. I'm against giving the police any more money after they continually to abuse citizens of Atlanta. They target black and brown citizens of Atlanta. There was a video of an officer of ABD kicking a woman in the head the other day, and we just don't need more training to fix that. Policing does not keep us safe. We keep each other safe, and City Council should prioritize the needs of the communities rather than giving the police more money to train in a mock.
Hi, my name is Genevieve Chan. I'm calling about the public forest being leased to the Atlanta Police Foundation. I'm asking you to vote no on allowing that to happen. I don't believe that that is something that has been democratically voted on by the state, and I don't think that is something that Atlantans would like to happen. So I appreciate your time, and I really hope you vote no on that. I don't think that that is something that Atlantans want right now. I appreciate your time.
Hi, my name is Ann Werkheiser, and I'm a resident of District 9, zip code 30318. I'm calling to ask City Council to vote no on the bill to lease 300 acres of public forest to the Atlanta Police Foundation to build the Police Training Academy. I'm a resident and voter, and I know that this is not a good use of our money, and it is completely ridiculous when Atlanta is facing a crisis of climate change to be doing anything that would destroy any forest and any green space in Atlanta. It is completely not evidence-based to suggest that this training center would make the police less violent. We should be investing our money in things that actually keep Atlantans safe, like PAD, like mental health resources, like housing for people, like food for people, like anything that people actually need, unlike police, which people do not actually need. So again, please vote no on the leasing of the public forest and the destruction of public forest, an important historic green space, to build a training academy for police. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jamie Ford, and I'm a teacher in the Metro Atlanta area, and I'm calling to voice my opposition to the construction of a police training site on the old Atlanta prison farm. Considering the history of the Atlanta prison farm and the lack of transparency going into you guys building the site, I find it appalling that you guys are still deciding to go through with it. Again, as well as keeping Atlantans out of the loop as you make these decisions. I think it would be a much better use of the space to give it back to the community you claim to protect and serve, and actually turn the facility into a green space, perhaps a community garden, something that can provide the city of Atlanta with some green infrastructure. Again, considering the history of the Atlanta prison farm and its role in the prison industrial complex, as well as the more recent history of Atlantans standing up for Black lives regarding the death of Rayshard Brooks, I think it's a much better use of the land to give some green infrastructure back to the city of Atlanta rather than going along with this cop training facility. It's a slap into the face to the people who you claim to protect and serve. So I hope you do the right thing and take our opposition into consideration. Thank you so much for your time, and do the right thing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ursula Arthur, and I am a resident and voter in the city of Atlanta. I'm calling to ask City Council to not lease 300 plus acres of public forest to the Atlanta Police Foundation to build a private, defunded cop training facility. This has not been a democratic process. Residents have not been informed, let alone consulted, and no, those shams of public discussion webinars did not count. Those were presentations. This training facility is harmful not only for their environment because it will lead to lead poisoning. It is also disruptive to the residents, the actual local residents, not the Buckhead residents, that will be living near the forest. And the shooting range and the explosive testing will make their life miserable, as well as train police officers to use more and more dangerous tools and resources to further brutalize Black Atlantans. Instead, City Council should prioritize the needs of the community and not align themselves with corporate funders of the Atlanta Police Foundation. This is a time when working families are struggling to put food on the table, and instead of fulfilling their needs, the city is allocating more money and resources towards surveillance and policing. That will not just get us a safer Atlanta. It won't.
The communities with the most resources are the safest, not the ones with the most pollution. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ian Brennan. I'm a resident and voter of the city of Atlanta, and I am here demanding that the city council vote no on the proposed cop city that would lease 300 plus acres of public forest to the Atlanta Police Foundation for a giant unnecessary training facility that would bring more distress and suffering on the people of South Atlanta than the effectivity of further policing. If these precious wetlands are destroyed, not only will we have more flooding, which is getting severe with climate change, but we also have greater urban heating and also reduced property values in the area. All of these factors, which are just a few, will hurt the people of South Atlanta. I am yet again demanding that the city council vote no to Cop City. And I will be closely watching, like many other constituents, on who votes no and who votes yes. And you can guarantee that those that vote yes will not receive the consent of the people as they push forward with this undemocratic process that has only the total amount of actual public input and discourse with the community. This will not help the community. This will hurt the community. Water needs to run somewhere. These wetlands are a sponge that hold it. If it is not there, the water is going to run into our homes, into our businesses, ruin our livelihoods, our incomes, and our properties. Do what's right, or history will look at you poorly.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Williams, and I'm an Atlanta resident and voter in District Number 5. I'm calling because I oppose the Joyce Shepherd proposal to lease public lands to the Atlanta Police Foundation. I'm concerned about the city's focus on policing as a solution to our problems. I do not believe that the Atlanta Police Department has behaved or gained our respect in the past year, given the widespread police brutality in the department. I'm concerned by the city's lack of focus on other issues, including COVID and economic devastation in the city. And I'm concerned about their desire to increase police funding and play into people's fears. We need to be more creative and imaginative in the solutions that we provide and the projects we build for the city. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Jeff Thomas, and I'm calling to express my concern and opposition to what Joyce Shepherd has proposed about leasing our land for the quote-unquote cop city for the police training grounds. I think that's so ridiculous. It's so unconscionable. I don't understand how you consider yourself a public servant when you're doing things like that. Ridiculous. Thank you.
My name is Bridget Cavalletti. I left the previous message. So my questions were about your cop mega city. How did you let the current facility become so dilapidated that your only choice was to destroy a forest that is a natural habitat there's a bear there, there are beavers there, there's a coyote that was there. How could you just destroy all that and be expected to be good stewards of it when you can't take care of the things that you already have? Why is APD saying this is the first time this has come up when we all know in 2017 y'all talked about doing this? There have never been, and that was pre-pandemic, there were never public hearings, public input. That session was a joke. You wouldn't let us speak, nor did you answer our questions. You cherry-picked questions to make yourselves look fucking better. And I can't even get through this without cussing. Y'all are a joke.
Hello, my name is Shelly Northrop, and I'm calling to ask the City Council to vote no on the construction of Cop City. This transaction has been very undemocratic. Most residents in the area don't even know this is happening, and most that have been told do not want this to happen. So again, this is not listening to the people. This is also not in the best interest of the people of Atlanta either. This training facility, which is equipped with
shooting ranges, explosive testing, and even more. We'll provide police with even more dangerous tools and resources to brutalize Black Atlantans. And city council should really prioritize the needs of the community. Most community members are wanting to have more resources in the community for homelessness, mental health, COVID-19 resources. Because the city has been hurting, is having many difficulties, but city council has not been addressing the actual needs, and instead are leaning into what corporations want and are not looking to reach people. And this is a very difficult time for most working families. With everything that's been happening in the past year. So again, I'm asking the city council vote no on Top City. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chandler Kelly. I live on the east side of Atlanta, and I'm calling to voice my concern at the idea of building a huge police training facility at public expense in Atlanta. It is really, truly the last thing we need is a huge cop training compound with a firing range. Please do not build it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hi, my name is Jeanette. I'm an ICU nurse in the Atlanta area. I've lived here about 25 years or so. I'm raising my kids here, like Atlanta's home. Anyhow, I'm calling because I wanted to say my piece about the police training academy that you guys are voting on soon to replace that forest land in DeKalb, Atlanta area. I'm really worried that it's sending the wrong message. I think that over the past couple of years, especially with COVID and people having more time to be able to do research and look at what's going on, and people are seeing that more funding of police isn't making people safer, and with the recent killing of Sam Parker, and I just like giving more money and more resources to police right now just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And I know you guys are just going to do, whatever the bosses need you to do. I guess that's how that works, but I just had to say my piece about it. I think that Atlanta would be a lot better off without a police training academy on that forest land. Thank you.
Hi, I don't know why the destruction of the old Atlanta prison farm to have a cop mega training center is still moving forward when you had a public comment section when you were supposed to listen to constituents and answer our questions, but you cherry-picked them. First, you did this huge introduction of everybody and talked about the presentation, and then answered 10 questions. There were 100 people in the room, and you answered none of our questions, 7 of mine. So here's one of them. How was the current facility let to become so dilapidated in Joyce Shepherd's district? My second question was, when you said that this is the first that you guys have talked about it, that's a lie. You know it's a lie. 2017 is when you first started talking about it. And you still, this is prior to pandemic, didn't hold public meetings, and you didn't have a democratic process. So how is it that we have these democratically so-called elected officials in the council that are just pushing something forward without the input of its constituents? There should be a ballot measure, and this should not go forward. And, there are other places, or you could just save all this money and rehab the places you already have. Instead of, are you just going to do the same thing with the next one? Destroy a forest where bears, beavers, deer, and other beautiful creatures live so that you can have a mega cop gun range? I don't want that. I also don't want the camera that you put up on my street corner. How much vote no?
Hi, my name is Rachel Will, and I'm a resident and voter in Atlanta. I am calling to ask you to stop the work to lease the public forest to Atlanta Police Foundation. This is completely environmentally irresponsible. In the time of the
climate crisis, we need every bit of forest that we can, and the river that's located within this area would be very, it's very fragile. It needs to be protected against pollution from the types of firing munitions that would go on there. Second of all, this is a very undemocratic process. City Council has obstructed public comment and concern throughout this process. It's not prioritizing the needs of the communities that you represent. You're prioritizing the needs of corporate funders of the Atlanta Police Foundation in a way that is not going to improve public safety. It's going to be absolutely devastating to not only the forest, but this is completely irresponsible in terms of something that won't actually protect residents. Please vote no on this. We need the forest so much more than we need a police training facility that won't do anything to actually keep us safe. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Radesic, and I'm leaving a public comment to tell City Council to vote no on leasing the Atlanta Forest to the Atlanta Police Foundation to build a police training center. This transaction is undemocratic, and residents were not consulted on City Council's plans to lease the land. In this training facility, equipped with a shooting range and explosive testing, will provide police with more dangerous tools and resources to brutalize Black Atlantans. And City Council should prioritize the needs of communities rather than align themselves with corporate funders of the Atlanta Police Foundation. During a time when working families are struggling to put food on the table, the city has no way to allocate more money and resources towards surveillance and policing. Thank you.
Hi, City Council. My name is Sophie Kay, and I am a resident and voter in Atlanta. I live in the Midtown area. I oppose the proposal by Joyce Shepard to lease public land to the Atlanta Police Foundation for the construction of a new police training center. I strongly believe that this land should be used by the residents of DeKalb County and not the police. Generally speaking, I find that this proposal lacks a democratic process, and there were many folks who called to make their voice heard during the city's public input meetings, and they were not allowed to speak, and their questions were dismissed. Everyone's on mute during the virtual Zoom meeting, and the land being destroyed to build the center used to be a prison farm where incarcerated Black laborers were sold into indentured servitude, and using this land as a police training center represents a continuation of racist practices. Again, I strongly oppose the proposal to lease the public land for the Atlanta Police Foundation. Thank you so much for taking my comment. I hope you will listen to the residents of Atlanta in reflecting on this decision. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all the members of the public who participated and left their comments, and your voices have been heard. Also want to make a correction. Earlier, I said that Mr. Dickens' birthday was on July 17th. It was actually June 17th, and so please forgive me for that error. It was incorrect in my notes, but June 17th. Thank you. So now we will move on to the report of the journal. Mr. Clerk.
I, Forrest West III, Municipal Clerk, do certify that the action minutes of the July 6, 2021 City Council meeting are true and correct.
Thank you. Sorry, I had myself muted. I'll entertain a motion to accept and file the report of the journal.
So moved, Matsukay. Second, Matsukay.
Okay, and so moved by, was that Bond?
Yes.
All right, motion by Bond, second by Matsukay to accept and file the report of the journal if there's no objection. Hearing none, on unanimous consent of members present, we will accept and file the report of the journal. Mr. Clerk.
Unanimous consent is 14 yeas, 0 nays.
All right, thank you. So now we will move to communications, Mr. Clerk.
Madam President, if I could sound all 5 items as a block.
Proceed.
21-C-0093, the communication from Municipal Clerk Forrest West III submitting a report of the administrative correction made to previously adopted legislation between the regular council meeting dates of July 6, 2021 and August 2nd, 2021 to the Atlanta City Council in accordance with Section 2-169 of the Atlanta City Code of Ordinances. That would be item 21-R-3512. 21-C-0095, a communication from Chief Procurement Officer Martin Clark, submitting the June 28, 2021 through July 2nd, 2021 weekly contracts report. 21-C-0095, submitting the July 6, 2021 through July 9, 2021 weekly contracts report. 21-C-0096, submitting the July 12, 2021 through July 16, 2021 weekly contracts report. 21-C-0097, submitting the July 19, 2021 through July 23, 2021 weekly contract report to the Atlanta City Council and Clerk of Council pursuant to Section 2-1142 of the Atlanta City Code of Ordinances. Staff recommendation to accept and file all 5 items.
Staff recommendation is to accept and file and entertain a motion.
So moved. Second, ma'am.
Motion by Bond, second by Masakai to accept and file. Any discussion? Hearing none, if there's no objection, on unanimous consent of members present, we will accept and file the communications. Mr. Clerk.
Unanimous consent is 14 yeas, 0 nays. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. You're welcome. We're now to consideration of veto legislation, Mr. Clerk.
There are no items.
All right, thank you. We're now to unfinished business.
There are no items to report.
Thank you. We now move to consent agenda section 1. Consent agenda section 1 is comprised of items that have gone through the standing committees and received a unanimous favorable recommendation. Members are able to pull items off for individual consideration. So I will ask members, are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda section 1? Okay, hearing none, let's open the vote on consent agenda section 1.
Please hold, Madam President.
Okay. Let me, I know that we're having a health issue and some people are having to reboot. So I will entertain a motion to adopt consent agenda section 1.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second, Dickens.
Second by Dickens, motion by Masakai to approve adopt consent agenda section 1. Is there any discussion? Are there any objections to adopting? If not, on unanimous consent of members present, consent agenda section 1 is adopted. Mr. Clerk.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
This is Councilmember Shepherd. I know we've accepted the consent agenda, but I do have one piece of legislation I would like to ask to be moved to the mayor's office post haste. So could you let me know? Let me know when.
All right.
Let me know
okay,
when.
Just 1 second. There's no objection, Mr. Clerk. There's no objection, unanimous consent. We'll adopt it on unanimous consent, Mr. Clerk.
Unanimous consent is 14 yeas, 0 nays, Madam President.
All right. Ms. Shepherd has a motion, and if you can give us the item number and page. Ms. Shepherd? Ms. Shepherd, you may be muted. Okay. I don't know if we lost Ms. Shepherd. I know she said she had an item to be moved to the mayor's office post haste. I'll call her again. Make sure you're not muted, Ms. Shepherd. Okay, we'll continue on and we can come back to that at some later time. We're now on Consent Agenda Section 2. Consent Agenda Section 2 are all items that are to be referred to their committee after first read here in council. I will refer those items as indicated in the agenda. Ms. Shepherd, are you back?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay.
So item number 16, page 16, item 28, 21-R-3701.
Repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
Page 16, item number 28, 21-R-3701.
All right. And is there a second to the motion to send it to the mayor's office post haste?
Second, Matskai.
Second by Matskai. Motion by Shepherd to send that item to the mayor's office post haste. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's, I don't know if everyone is on the system. Let's try it this time just to see where we are. If we can open the vote on that, please. No, I don't think, yeah, we're not ready for that. So is there any objection to sending that item to the mayor's office post haste? Hearing none on unanimous consent, it will go to the mayor's office post haste. Mr. Clark.
Unanimous consent is 14 yeas, 0 nays on item 21-R-3701.
Okay, thank you. And we only have 2 members that are connected, so please try to connect if you can. I know we're having some technical difficulties, but we will continue to move forward with the meeting. We are now on the report of the Standing Committee. The first committee will be Committee on Council and CDHS public hearing item, which we will do in a committee of the whole. So, Mr. Mascot, if you can make that motion for us.
Yeah, make a motion to move into the committee of the whole.
Okay, for that purpose, and second by Mr. Bond. Any discussion? Any objection? Okay, without objection, we will, on unanimous consent, enter into the committee of the whole for the purpose of hearing, first by the Committee on Council, and then second for the public hearing item for CDHS. Mr. Mascot.
Thank you, Madam President. The first item on the agenda for the Committee on Council is public comment. We do have 5 public comments, and I would ask the staff to go ahead and play those now.
I want to comment to the consent agenda on the City Council Committee on Council. This is Steve Kerr. On July 12th, I listened in to the Transportation Committee. It was 38 minutes long. That's abnormally short for a meeting, especially when the item reader was talking so fast I couldn't write down any of the 21R numbers or 21O numbers. So, item number continuation. I heard the public comment by Sharon Marshall. I appreciate her frustration. I was hoping that somebody from City Hall or a council person would reach out to her and tell her what MPU she's involved with, and Transportation Committee, and anything else to bring her into the process so that she doesn't have to get so frustrated and call in and make her comments, which I would encourage in any case. Next item about the Transportation Committee is about airport dollars. It seems as if the general manager couldn't show up because he was out of town. I think the city ought to get him on a cell phone that he can call in to Atlanta from out of town. Also, I've gotten calls about the Cascade walk-in paper. That's 21R 3703. There's a lot of concern about this, and I would appreciate you all pulling it from the consent agenda. Put it back to committee so that we can comment on it. Also, I have a question which can be answered later is 210473, and that's the increase in the penalties for parking, particularly within 20 feet of a crosswalk, particularly within 15 feet of a hydrant. I know about the hydrants, but I didn't know about the crosswalk. There's no red paint, no notice. This is part of an extortion racket going on with municipal court. It's revenue generation from people who just don't know. You don't tell them, and they're easy prey. It's punitive. It's extra meanness. It doesn't have to happen. It's absolutely abhorrent. So please, take it off the consent agenda, and let's revisit this. And let's use some red paint. Believe on that. A soul, a spiritual being. One who does not need a religion. We are a people of humanity that are to walk for one another every 1%. So what is happening here in the city of Atlanta? In our council, we have an organization, commission, A-time, allowing commission on women, was initiated in the year 1993. And as of August 2nd, 2021, we have yet fulfilled the will to have a commission speaking on behalf of women and children who are living on the street, before the pandemic. We have had over almost 20 members of the council and 4 councilors at that. Not even really collaborate for the benefits to have housing availability. Even when Mr. Reed closed down all the government home crisis because didn't have suitable housing availability to house people. There's some kind of money now. So I ask you, Caucasian, not only you members of council, but you Caucasians of the city of Atlanta, who is almost nearly the half of the back of the city. Let's have the will to want to do right for poor people. Let's have the will to want to help young men you find robbing in a square, robbing on Peace Street Road, having them death rate to increase. Do what? Muhammad has. Think of an energy of the woman to be able to physically. As Massachusetts did try some work she did with the police department. But you have resources and friends with resources. Let's do away and change the conditions of these persons that are the doctors you have announced. Wait up, hotel. I say Caucasian hotel. The city. Use your will to speak on behalf of the elected voice for the benefit so we can please hear my voice. We need collective spiritual energy to come together in an action to save the children. Deter, hotel. Action second.
Ron Shakir. I don't know if I left my name at the last. When I make my comment, Ron Shakir. David comment, please. Greetings, my name is Ron Shakir. I appreciate this opportunity to address my community, my elected officials, and those who wish to raise concerns that we might be able to listen and talk about some concerns that we have that maybe we can join in together. I'm really concerned about the Peachtree single lane that's going on presently. The rush to take this action on the issues that was expressed in the AJC was very good, and it ought to be considered. But when I see how this city, how this council, how these elected officials, from the council members to the mayor chief, it's kind of conduct business in a sense where there's a rush and public engagement is something that is not really considered or even a need to engage the public. It's really different from the district, and the idea that we are bringing lanes closed and tighter to travel on. With Martin Luther King, the council asked, well, how do we get this so far down the road when the fire department could not sign off on a public safety of what they did on Martin Luther King? But you're doing the same thing all over the city, on Peachtree City, the armored cars, the emergency lane, the need to respond. Where is team leading this city? And why has there been an allegiance to this here planner? And now you bring on somebody who said, we're not going to talk about it no more. We're going to do it. Well, you're going to do it against the concerns and the voice that citizens have in this city, and it's a shame. And we hope, and we're planning to make an issue of this continually ignoring the public and the shrinking of these lanes. And we plan to make an issue of that, and I think that you will refrain from even any further action of pushing to make these lanes a passable legislation and moving in that direction. It is not what the people want. I was at the Tyler Perry Fort Mac, and there were people who expressed concerns. I hope you listened to. Although there was only 5 people there at the time I was there who showed up, but there were some issues and concerns that we need to.
Greetings to you, members and staff of the City of Atlanta Committee on Council. A special greetings to you, citizens and voters of Atlanta who are still undecided about who should lead the City of Atlanta in 2022 and beyond. Ben Howard, Senior Advocate, Public Policy Analyst. Perennially, we have been told that if you see something, say something. But what do we do when we are told that the City of Atlanta's ethics code does not cover our complaint? Permit me to suggest that we should say something anyway, because we have also been told that truth crushed to earth will rise again. That resurrection of truth could take place in the City of Atlanta on November 2nd. And so I come to say that I have seen something, but I have seen for nothing. Nothing from the so-called community representative of the Fort McPherson Local Implementing Committee. Nothing from the so-called representative of the Campbellton Road Commercial Tax Allocation District. Nothing from the so-called representative of Invest in Southwest Atlanta. Nothing from the NPUR 9 movers and shakers about crime or about evictions or about quality of life or jobs. So if you see something, I say go ahead and say something, and don't be discouraged by the antics of people like the NPUR 9, because we've also been told no lie can live forever. For NPUR 9, you may want to keep a close eye on the upcoming elections. The 2022 elected representatives just might not go along with your type of citizen participation, Anthony Robinson, Carlos Clare, Ricardo Jacobs, Alfred White, Renette L. Scott, Allison Hathaway, Sherry Williams, Agent X, and NPUR 9 cohort supporters and protectors. Keep an eye on the election.
All right, that concludes our public comment, and we are on. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to alert you that Mr. Cook is waiting to speak.
All right, very good. Mr. Shook.
Yeah, thank you, and I apologize. I just knocked off the call for the umpteenth time. I would like to know at this time what votes I was marked as absent on, so that the public need not think I was not in my foxhole.
None of them, Mr. Shook. All of the items, yes, all of the items were on unanimous consent. And since you were off, when we get out of committee on the whole, we'll just affirm that you were voting in the affirmative, okay?
Yeah, because, thank you for that, because there is a difference between... Okay.
Yeah, I'm being told that you were present on all items. I'm looking at the stats.
I was not, but thank you.
Okay, so we'll reaffirm that at the end of the meeting so there's no confusion for the record. Okay? You can proceed, Mr. McIntyre.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam President. The next section are communications. The first item is 21C0067. It's a communication from Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms appointing Mr. Philip Ransom to serve as a contract compliance hearing officer for the City of Atlanta. This appointment is for a term of 2 years. The appointee has withdrew his name from this, and there was a recommendation to file from Finance Executive Committee on the 14th of July. So the motion here is to file as well.
Motion is to file. Any discussion? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bond to file the motion to file. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Any objection to filing? Hearing no objections on unanimous consent, it is filed. Proceed.
Thank you. The next item is 21C0089, communication from Council members Carla Smith, Amir Faroki, Antonio Brown, Cleo Winslow, and Michael Julian Bond, appointing Mr. Matt Tinow to serve as a member of the Atlanta Beltline Tax Allocation District Advisory Committee. This appointment is for a term of 2 years. This was favorable by CDHS Committee on the 13th of July, and the motion is to confirm.
Motion is to confirm. Any discussion? Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bond. Any further discussion? Any objection? Hearing no objection on unanimous consent, that is confirmed. Proceed.
Next item is 21C0090, communication from Council President Felicia A. Moore, appointing Ms. Beverly Rice to serve as a member of the Atlanta Commission for Women. This appointment is for a term of 2 years, and Ms. Rice is on the line with us. Ms. Rice, we'd love to hear from you a little bit about your background and why you're interested in serving.
Yes, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. My name again is Beverly Rice. I am a resident of Atlanta. I live in Southwest Atlanta, which is District 10. I am an educator. I've been in education approximately 30 plus years. I am the mother of 3 adult kids, and I have 4 grandchildren. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority and also the National Council of Negro Women. I am interested in serving as the Committee on Women for the City of Atlanta. I have, as a single mother, I have a lot of experience with women. I've taught women classes as far as Bible study. I've taught classes to women with children who are single. I have a great passion for women. Even though I was raised in a 2-parent home, I was also raised by a father who was very abusive. And I believe that women can survive and can thrive no matter what they have gone through. Although I was married for 12 years and divorced, I raised my kids as a single parent. And I just have a great passion for women, and I feel that I have a lot of experience a lot to offer, and a lot that women can grow from.
Thank you for those comments, Ms. Rice. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to confirm. Is there any discussion? Okay. Any opposition? Hearing none on unanimous consent of members present, we will confirm that nomination, Mr. Chair. And thank you, Ms. Rice.
Thank you, Ms. Rice, for your willingness to serve, and thank you for all the years that you served as an educator. We appreciate that very much.
Thank you, and I look forward to working with you all and also women in the city of Atlanta. Thank you.
Certainly, thank you. All right, next are communications and resolutions. The first is 21R3613, a resolution by Committee on Council reappointing Mr. Christopher Aaron Keel to the Board of Directors of the Atlanta Development Authority, doing business as Invest Atlanta, as the City Council appointee in the real estate category for a term of 4 years, which is to begin upon approval of this resolution. This motion was favorable by CDHS on the 13th of July, and I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Or is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Is there any objection? Hearing none. On unanimous consent of members present, we will consider that adopted. Yes, sir.
Unanimous consent, Madam President, is 14 yeas, 0 nays.
Next item are ordinances for first read. The first is 21O0501, an ordinance by Committee on Council to amend Chapter 2, Article 7, Division 2, Section 2-825, mandatory ethics training, to require ethics training for all full-time, part-time, and contract City of Atlanta employees at least once every 2 years, and to require all full-time, part-time, and contract employees to sign an ethics pledge to adhere by the city's standards of conduct, to amend Section 2-814, disclosure of income and financial interests, and Section 2-820, incompatible interests, to reflect current ethics division protocols, eliminate references to the former Board of Ethics, and reference the Ethics Division of the Office of the Inspector General where necessary and for other purposes. All right. Next item is ordinances for second read. The first is 21O0411, an ordinance by Committee on Council to amend the Charter of the City of Atlanta, Georgia. 1996 Georgia Laws 4469, adopted under and by virtue of the authority of the Municipal Home Rule Act of 1965, as amended, by amending Part 1, Subpart A, Article 2, Chapter 4, Section 2-407, so as to ensure that the following: the municipal general election, all pending legislation held in committee, will be automatically terminated at the end of the last City Council meeting in December of the year of the municipal general election, and for other purposes. This is the third reading. The first reading was on the 21st of June. The second reading was on the 6th of July. And here is the third reading. I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to adopt and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, on unanimous consent of members present, it is adopted.
All right. right. Thank you, Madam President. That concludes the business of the Committee on Council.
All right, we'll now move to the Honorable Matt Westmoreland for the item for public hearing.
Thank you, Madam President. Would you like me to make a motion to enter the public hearing first or read the caption?
Hold on 1 second. Please mute your phones.
Yeah.
Ms. Shepherd, please mute your phone. Okay. So let's read the caption and then we can go into the motion to go to the public hearing.
Good deal. 21-0-0423, an ordinance by Councilmember Andre L. Boone is substituted and amended by the Community Development and Human Services Committee, authorizing the mayor or her designee to enter into service agreement with project sponsors for an amount not to exceed $32,616,192.00, included in the 2021 annual action plan budget of the 2020 to 2024 consolidated plan for the purpose of funding the 2021 Community Development Block Grant Program, the 2021 Emergency Solutions Grant Program, the 2021 Home Investment Partnerships Program, and the 2021 Housing Opportunities with Persons Living with AIDS Program for the purpose of executing various contractual agreements for projects that are assigned to the Department of Grants and Community Development and various other departments of the city and for other purposes. I will make a motion to enter into the public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second, Metzger.
Second by Metzger. Motion by Westmoreland to enter into the public hearing. Any discussion? Any objections? Hearing none on unanimous consent of members present, we are now into the public hearing. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Madam President. We have two comments. They total 4 minutes and 52 seconds. If we could play those now.
My name is Ms. Martin. Good afternoon. I'm calling because let's do ask money. Well, we need to cancel this money. Also, the World Congress says, just like COVID-19, we have patients for COVID-19. We also could use that facility for the cooling center. Just that many people that you could get in World Congress Center. And also, we can use it for the homeless. Just like you set up the beds for COVID-19, you could also set up rooms for the homeless for temporary until January 22nd. We got so many ideas that we could use, but people do not want to think out of the box. Again, the Rescue Plan Act money can be used for the World Congress Center to place homeless, or using the cooling center also, local use. Again, Rescue Plan Act money. Also, we could have got fans for the people that did not have air conditioning. We could use that money. I know the summer's already over with August, but this is a hot month. Again, think out of the box. We don't have that long. We got 4 months now, because people going to be asking questions. How you going to do that? Are you for the people? Are you for your pocket?
Greetings, council members and staff. A special greetings to you citizens watching our government in action. Ben Howard, Senior Advocate, Public Policy Analyst. I offer the following comments on Ordinance 21-0-0423. I ask that you find a way to stop the NTUR 9 from stifling legislation such as this by keeping it off the NPUR agenda and away from the consideration of the thousands of citizens and stakeholders of Neighborhood Planning Unit R. Citizens of Southwest Atlanta just might want to have a say in the spending of the thousands of dollars for community development block grant programs, the 2021 Emergency Solutions Grant Program, the 2021 Home Investment Partnership known as HOME, and the 2021 HOPWA program to aid persons with AIDS. I ask also that as you deliberate and vote upon this legislation, you let the public know that the federal government, in the person of HUD, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, has a hand in this matter and requires citizen participation. Should city oversight strike no fear in the NPUR 9, perhaps knowing that the federal government, HUD, is involved, might raise the eyebrows of Antonita Robinson, Coldus Clare, Ricardo Jacobs, Renette L. Scott, Albert White, Allison Hathaway, Sherry Williams, Agent X, and the NPUR 9 cohort supporters and protectors.
All right, I believe that completes our public comment. I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
That's good. Second by Mescott, motion by Westmoreland to close the public hearing. Any discussion? Hearing none. Any objection? Hearing none. On unanimous consent. Is there objection? Second this meeting. Please mute your phones if you're not on speaking. On unanimous consent of members present, the public hearing is closed. Are you ready to take the vote on your item?
Almost. I need to make a motion to amend. Colleagues, you should have received an email at 12:47 p.m. that includes an amendment to attach the affordable housing impact statement to this document, and so I will make a motion to amend 21-0-0423 to attach the housing impact statement.
Okay, so let's start with the motion to adopt the new bill amended, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm happy to make a motion to adopt.
The second, please.
Second, Mescott.
Okay, and then your motion to amend.
I'll now make a motion to amend 21-0-0423 to attach the housing impact statement.
Second by Mescott, motion by Westmoreland to amend. Any discussion on the amendment? Any objection to the amendment? Hearing no objection, on unanimous consent of members present, it is amended.
I'll make a motion to adopt as amended.
Okay, the motion now is to adopt it as it is amended. Is there a second?
Second, Mescott.
Second by Mescott. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. Any objection? Hearing no objection, it is adopted on unanimous consent of members present. Any other items?
No, ma'am. I can make a motion to exit the committee of the whole.
Second by Mescott, motion by Westmoreland to exit committee as a whole. Any discussion?
Madam President.
Any objection? Yes.
Just a request to exit the committee as a whole. You know, the City Council passed an ordinance that the Parks Department and APD would come back within a 30-day period to talk about their plan to put retired police officers in our parks. As of the last Public Safety Committee meeting, they still hadn't had an update, and that has gone beyond the prescribed 30-day period of which they said they could meet. to give us an update on what the status of that is. Since that time, we've had 2 highly publicized murders in our park system, and just request by the end of the meeting if we can get some type of update from those departments as to the status of that plan and what they plan to do about it.
Okay, so we already have a motion to exit this committee of the whole. I would ask you, Councilmember Shepherd and others, to work on that, and perhaps we can go into committee of the whole during that standing committee report. So are there any objections to exiting the committee of the whole? Hearing none, on unanimous consent of members present, we have exited the committee of the whole. Now I'll entertain a motion, which we will take by machine, because we do have a charter amendment as well in this motion, to adopt in gross all actions taken in the committee of the whole for CDHS and Committee on Council. I'll entertain that motion.
Second.
Is there a second? Second by Bond. Motion by Masakai to adopt in gross all actions taken in the committee of the whole. Any further discussion? If not, let's open the vote on adopting in gross all actions taken.
Please vote.
The vote is now open. Will everyone please vote?
Okay, my it's not showing me who has not voted, so I will have to go through the roll because half of you I don't see. Just give me your voice in the affirmative. Mr. Faroki?
Yes.
Ms. Boone? Okay, now I can see. So, let's see, Mr. Westmoreland, how do you vote?
In favor.
Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown?
Boone, yes.
In favor? Yes, in favor. Okay, we got you, Ms. Boone. Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Ms. Winslow?
In favor?
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Hillard?
Aye.
Ms. Archibald?
Madam President.
Hold on one second. Ms. Archibald?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Brown?
I was just making sure you got my yes. I didn't hear.
Yes, we do. We have you. Right. We have everyone's now. Mr. Clerk, you can populate the votes.
Voting is now closed. Populating votes. 14 yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays. All actions taken in the committee of the whole are adopted.
Madam President?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not on the system, but I need to make a motion to send 21-0-0423 to the mayor's office post haste.
Is there a second?
Second, Metzger.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, on unanimous consent of members present, that item will be taken or sent to the mayor's office post haste. Thank you. So now we go to the next standing committee, which is Transportation, the Honorable Andre Dickens Chair.
Thank you, Madam President. At this time, the Transportation Committee does not have a report. We completed all of our work, but we do, on behalf of Councilmember Overstreet and Boone and so many others of Cascade Road, we thank the council for unanimously passing on consent the complete street on Cascade Road as we Also, thank you guys for complete streets on DeKalb Avenue last time we were together. So, thank you all, and that concludes the report of the Transportation Committee.
Thank you, sir. Good job. We now move to Finance Executive Committee, Vice Chair, the Honorable Howard Shook. Mr. Shook, you may be muted. Are you there? Okay, if someone can check and see if Mr. Shook is still on the line or if he perhaps was thrown off again. Okay, hold on one second. He's calling back in. Mr. Shook, have you joined us? Okay, Mr. Shook is taking some time to get back in, so if there's no objection from the body, I'd like to just move on to the next committee and we can come back. Hear no objection to that, so let's go to Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee, the Honorable Joyce Shepard, Chair.
Madam President, there's no report today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll go. Is Mr. Shook available? Okay, we'll move on to the next committee, the Zoning Committee, the Honorable Amir Faroqi, Chair.
Thank you, Madam President, and good afternoon, everyone. We have 24 items to vote on, most of which are for first read, so those to be read in. But the first is item number 1, and for folks who are following on the formal agenda, these are on page 45. But item number 1, 21-00227, zoning case number Z 2112, 373, 379, 385, 393, 407, 411, 417, 425, 431, 437, 443 Climax Street, and 380, 386, 394, 375, 381, 387, 389, 505 Inglewood Avenue, Apartment 3. The ordinance is to rezone from R4A BL, single family residential beltline overlay, to MR2 BL, multifamily residential beltline overlay. And the recommended action is favorable on that one.
Motion is to adopt. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote.
Please vote. The vote is now open. Will everyone please vote?
Ms. Walden, if you can close the screen so I can see who has not voted. Thank you. Mr. Bond, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Faroqi?
Yes.
Mr. Westmoreland?
In favor.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Ms. Winslow? In favor? Mr. Matsakite?
Yes.
Ms. Shepard?
Yes.
Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
Mr. Hillis?
Aye.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating votes. Populating votes. Populating vote. Yeas, 0 nays.
Okay, I don't see where Westmoreland's vote was indicated, but I think that our system is lagging. So it is 14 yeas, 0 nays. It is adopted. Next item.
Items number 2 through 4 will be taken as a block. Item number 2, 21-0-0150, zoning case number Z 2111, 374, 380, 388, 394, 400, 406, 412, 418, 424, 430, 436, and 442 Climax Street. The ordinance is to rezone from R4A, single family residential, to MRC 3C, mixed residential commercial conditional. Item number 3, 21-0-0390, U2108, 650 Montgomery Ferry Drive, 1781, 1785, 1786, 1789, 1792, 1794, 1795, 1798, and 1799 Crofton Drive. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a private school. And item number 4, 21-00392, zoning case number U2110, 173 14th Street. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a place of worship. Again, these are items number 2 through 4 taken as a block, and the motion is to approve.
Motion is to adopt. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to adopt.
The vote is open. Will everyone please vote?
Okay, this is the motion to adopt 3 items. If you can close it out for me, please, so I can see. Okay, Mr. Hillis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Archibald?
Here.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Masakai?
Yes.
Ms. Winslow?
In favor.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Mr. Brown?
Yay.
Mr. Westmoreland?
In favor.
Mr. Faroki?
Yes, I made the motion.
And Mr. Bond?
Aye.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating vote. Populating vote. Yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays is adopted. Mr. Chair.
Item number 5 will be taken individually. It is 21-00387, zoning case number Z 2146, 1840 and 1850 Childress Drive. The ordinance is to rezone from R3 single family residential to MR2 multifamily residential, and the recommended action is to adverse this item.
The motion is to adverse. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to adverse item 5.
Please hold. The vote is now open. Will everyone everyone please vote?
Again, close it out so I can see, please. Mr. Bond, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Faroki?
Aye.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Ms. Winslow?
In favor?
Mr. Matsukite?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Smith? Oh, I got you, Ms. Smith. Excuse me, Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
And Mr. Hill?
Aye.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating votes. Yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays. It is adverse.
Item number 6, 21-0-0118, zoning case number Z2108, 1397 Hamilton Road. The ordinance is to rezone from MRC 1C, mixed residential commercial conditional, to MRC 1C, mixed residential commercial conditional for a change of conditions. And the recommended action is to file, and I move to do so.
Motions to file. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to pass.
Please hold. The vote is now open. Will everyone please vote?
You have to close out the vote. Can we receive, please? Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Ms. Boone?
Boone, yes.
Westmoreland?
Westmoreland, yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Dickens?
Yay.
With Winslow?
In favor?
Matsukite?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Archibald?
Yes.
Hiller?
Aye.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating vote. Populating vote. Yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays. It is filed. Mr. Chair?
Our next section of items are items for first read, so they'll be referred to the RB and Zoning Committee. There's quite a few of them. We have 17 or so, so it may take a minute or two to get through them. Item number 7, 21-0-0483, zoning case number Z2145, 1445 Carroll Drive. The ordinance is to rezone from I2 heavy industrial to R5 two-family residential. Item number 8, 21-0-0484, zoning case number Z2147, 1818 Lakewood Avenue. The ordinance is to rezone from R4 single-family residential to RG2 residential commercial general sector 2. Item number 9, 21-0-0485, zoning case number Z2151. Location is 1064 Oglethorpe Avenue. The The ordinance is to rezone from R4A HC20G BL, single family residential West End Historic District Beltline Overlay, to MRMU HC20G BL, multifamily multi-unit West End Historic District Beltline Overlay. Item number 10, 21-00486, zoning case number Z2155, 3226 Peachtree Road and 3693 and 3715 Waiuka Road, as well as 3660, 3700, 3706, 3714, and 3721 Peachtree Dunwoody Road. The ordinance is to rezone from SPI 12, SA3, Buckhead Lennox Station Special Public Interest District Sub-Area 3, and R3, Single Family Residential, to SPI 12, SA1, Buckhead Lennox Station Special Public Interest District Sub-Area 1. Item number 11, 21-00487, zoning case number Z2157, 1311 and 1335 Fulton Industrial Boulevard. The ordinance is to rezone from MR2, multifamily residential, to I1, light industrial. Item number 12, 21-00488, zoning case number Z2158, location is 1056, 1066, 1088, and 1100 Murphy Avenue, and 1127 and 1135 Sylvan Road. The ordinance is to rezone from I1, light industrial, to I-mix, light industrial mixed use. Item number 13, 21-00489, zoning case number Z2159, 1060, 1064, 1084, 1120, and 1158 First Street, 1060, 1066, 1070, 1076, 1080, 1086, 1120, 1138, 1142, 1152, 1158, 1162, 1081, and 1147 and 1157 Second Street. There's a lot of these, so y'all can grab a drink and listen. 1060, 1066, 1060, 1076, 1108, 1126, 1120, 1142, 1148, 1069, 1081, 1087, 1097, 1101, 1107, 1117, 1123, 1127, 1137, 1141, and 1147 Third Street. 1096, 1100, 1110, 1059, 1073, 1083, 1127, and 2491 4th Street. 1060, 1066, 1070, 1076, 1080, 1086, 1106, 1110, 1120, 1126, 1081, 1097, 1111, 1117, and 1127 5th Street. 1062, 1063, and 1067 6th Street, 1066, 1070, 1076, 1080, 1086, 1092, 1096, 1100, 1106, 1110, 1138, 1156, 1172, 1178, 1184, 1188, 1192, 1198, 1202, 1067, 1071, 1077, 1081, 1087, 1093, and 1097 8th Street. 1046, 1050, 1054, 1076, 1080, 1086, 1096, 1100, 1104, 1108, 1116, 1124, and 1124 and 1095 Hightower Road. 1086, 1086, 1096, 1100, and 1108 Northwest Drive. 1073 and 1077 and 2404 St. Joseph Avenue, 174 Ridge Avenue Rear, 1154 and 1158 St. James Place, 2393 and 2379 North Circle Drive, 2570, 2580, and 2586 Watkins Street, 2643 and 2689 Morris Street, 2658 and 2682 St. Peters Avenue, 1072, 1080, 1092, 1096, 1106, 1126, 1077, 1081, 1087, 1093, and 1101 Wedgewood Drive, 2664, 2680, 2694, 2675, 2685, and 2689 Brown Street, 2575 and 2587 Elliott Street, and 2586 James Drive Northwest. The ordinance is to rezone from R4 Single Family Residential to R4 BC Single Family Residential Conditional to PDH Planned Development Housing. Item number 14, 21-00490, zoning case number Z2160, 1111 and 0 Hightower Road and 0 North Hightower Road. The ordinance is to rezone from R4A Single Family Residential to MRC1 Mixed Residential Commercial. The ordinance item number 15, 21-00491, zoning case number Z2161. The location is 525 Langhorne Street. The ordinance is to rezone from R5BL, two-family residential Belline overlay, to MR4BL, multifamily residential Belline overlay. Item number 16, 21-00492, and zoning case number Z2162. Location is 830 Westmont Road. The ordinance is to rezone from NC14BL, Cascade Avenue, Beecher Street Neighborhood Commercial District Beltline Overlay, R5BL, two-family residential Beltline Overlay. Item number 17, 21-00493, zoning case number Z2163. The location is 342 Copenhagen Avenue. The ordinance is to rezone from RG2HC20LSA1BL, residential general sector 2, Inman Park Historic District, sub-area 1 Beltline Overlay, to MRC1 HD20LSA1BL, mixed residential commercial Inman Park Historic District, sub-area 1 Beltline Overlay. Item number 18, 21-00494, zoning case number U2111. Location is 1318 Sullivan Road. The ordinance grants a special use permit for outdoor displays or sales areas. Item number 19, 21-00495, zoning case number U2112. The location is 3338 Delmar Lane. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a daycare center. Item number 21-00496, zoning case number U2113. Location is 765 Moreland Avenue. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a park for hire surface parking lot. Item number 21-00497, zoning case number U2114. The location is 1039 Grant Street. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a park for hire surface parking lot. Item number 22, legislation number 21-00498, zoning case number U2115. The location is 876 Boulder Crest Drive. The ordinance grants a special use permit for outdoor displays for sales areas. Item number 23, 21-00499, zoning case number U2116, 1245 Glenwood Avenue. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a park for hire facility. And finally, item number 24, 21-00500, zoning case number U2117. Location is 514 Flat Shoals Avenue. The ordinance grants a special use permit for a park for hire facility. And all those items are for first read, and the action is to refer to ZRB and zoning committee.
Let it follow that course. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. That concludes the report.
Thank you. So now we will go back up to Finance Executive Committee. The Honorable Howard Schiff, Vice Chair. Mr. Schiff, please unmute yourself.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Howard Shook, and I understood his line hung up again, or he hung up. So we will move on to City Utilities Committee.
We do not have a report, Madam President.
Thank you so much for your good work. And now we go to CDHS, the Honorable Matt Westmoreland, Chair.
Thank you, Madam President. We have three items. The first is 21-0-0350, an ordinance by Community Development Human Services Committee to amend the land use element of the 2016 Atlanta Comprehensive Development Plan so as to redesignate property located at 3393 Jonesboro Road southeast from the single-family residential land use designation to the medium density residential land use designation. And for other purposes, MPUZ, Council District 12, the unanimous recommendation is to file.
The motion to file, any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to file.
Please hold. The vote is now open. Will everyone please vote?
Mr. Hillis, how do you vote? Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Masakai?
Yes.
Ms. Winslow?
In favor.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Mr. Shook?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Boone?
Yes.
Mr. Faroki?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Aye.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating vote. Populating vote. Yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays. It's filed. Next item.
Next item is 21-00352, an ordinance by Community Development and Human Services Committee to amend the land use element of the 2016 Atlanta Comprehensive Development Plan so as to redesignate property located at 1840 and 1850 Childress Drive Southwest from the single-family residential land use designation to the low-density residential land use designation, and for other purposes. The unanimous recommendation was to adverse.
Motion to adverse. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to adverse.
The vote is open. Will everyone please vote?
Second, please. Okay, let's start with Ms. Shepherd.
Yes.
Mr. Masakai?
Yes.
Ms. Winslow?
In favor.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Mr. Hillis?
Aye.
Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Aye.
And Mr. Faroki?
Yes.
All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating vote.
Madam President, I didn't hear you say my name.
I'm sorry, did I miss you, Mr. Brown? Just in case, what was your vote?
You did, but I'm gonna aye.
All right. Thank you.
Populating vote. 14 yeas, 0 nays.
14 yeas, 0 nays. It is adverse. Next item.
And our final item is 21-R-3668, a resolution by Councilmember Carla Smith authorizing the mayor or her designee on behalf of the city of Atlanta to exercise renewal option number 3 for sole source agreement FC-10001 with eCivis Inc. on behalf of the Department of Grants and Community Development for the Grants Network Research Master Subscription and Services Agreement for an amount not to exceed $56,200.00 and for other purposes. And the unanimous recommendation is to file, and I will make that motion.
Motion is to file. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's open the vote on the motion to file.
Apologies, the vote is open. Will everyone please vote?
Okay, let's go with Mr. Brown. How do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Faroki?
Yes.
Mr. Hillis?
Aye.
Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Winslow? Ms. Winslow? Mr. Massakai?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Okay, all votes are cast with the exception of Ms. Winslow.
The vote is now closed. Populating votes. 13 yeas, 0 nays.
13 yeas, 0 nays. It's adopted. Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am. That concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, before we go to Finance Executive Committee, I'd like to entertain a motion to perfect the record to make sure it's clear that Mr. Shook voted in the affirmative for all items leading up to the Committee of the Whole. If I can get that motion in. Motion by Westmoreland, second by Massakai. Any discussion? Any objection? Hearing none, unanimous consent of members present. We will perfect the record with that motion, Mr. Clerk.
Duly noted.
And I believe we're at 13. For unanimous
Yes,
consent?
Madam President. That'd be 13 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you very much. Now we will go to Finance Executive Committee, Vice Chair Howard Shook. Mr. Shook, please unmute yourself. All right. Can we check and see if Mr. Shook is on the line, please? Mr. Shook, you're on the call. Could you make sure you're unmuted? Okay. Is there anyone else on Finance Executive Committee who can give the report? And please hold 1 second while I confer with the parliamentarian. Hold, please.
Hello?
Hey, Chuck, glad you're back. They were looking for you. Council President Moore, are you here?
Yes, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to talk to the parliamentarian. So before we move on, Resolution 21R3668, I said it was adopted. I want to correct the record. 21R3668 is filed. 21R3668 is filed on a vote of 13 yeas, 0 nays. Okay, Mr. Shook, are you here?
Yeah, this system cuts me off more than my wife, so let me get on with it. This is 210446. It's item 1, page 27. And what was amended, there was a nay. An amended ordinance by Finance Executive Committee authorizing the mayor or designate to execute special procurement agreement SBS 12019. The annual contract for on-call diving services with Salmons Dredging Corporation on behalf of the Department of Watershed Management pursuant to the code sections indicated here. Motion is to adopt.
Motion is to adopt. Any discussion? If not, let's open the vote on the motion to adopt.
The vote is open. everyone please vote?
You can close the second seat, please. Okay, Mr. Westmoreland, how do you vote?
In favor.
Mr. Brown?
In favor.
Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Faroki?
Yes.
Mr. Dickens?
Yay.
Ms. Winslow? Mr. Massacite?
Yes.
Ms. Shepherd?
Yes.
Ms. Archibald?
Yes.
Mr. Hillett? Mr. Hillett? Ms. Winslow? Mr. Hillett? All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. 12 yeas, 0 nays.
12 yeas, 0 nays. It's adopted. Mr. Vice Chair?
We're done, thank you.
All right, thank you. I believe we have gone through all of the standing committees. I do understand, and I'm going to have to try to call it up on my screen. We do have an item for consideration, immediate consideration. Am I incorrect?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Moore.
All right.
Are we ready?
I am.
Okay. Thank you. A resolution by Councilmember Joyce Shepherd authorizing the municipal clerk to place a public advertisement in a paper of general circulation depicting the tax digest millage rate, tax levy, and other information required per section 48-5-32 of the official code of Georgia, anointed and for other purposes. Whereas Chapter 3, Section 6-302 of the Charter of the City of Atlanta requires the governing body of the City of Atlanta to adopt by ordinance an annual budget for the ensuing fiscal year, not later than the second regular meeting in the second month of each fiscal year. And whereas Chapter 3, Section 6-302 of the chapter and the 1937 budget law as amended requires that the total appropriation for any fund shall not exceed the estimated fund balance, reserves, and revenues constituting the fund availability of such funds. And whereas Chapter 3, Section 6-301 of the Charter requires the Budget Commission to annually prepare and file with the governing body for submission to the mayor the budget revenue anticipation for the city. And whereas the budget revenue and anticipation submitted by the Budget Commission cannot be altered or changed by the governing body. And whereas the governing body of the City of Atlanta must adopt a millage rate ordinance levying ad valorem tax on all taxable property within the city, consistent with the Budget Commission's budget revenue anticipation, such that an annual balanced budget can be adopted. Whereas Section 48-5-32 of Official Code of Georgia, or NORNET, requires that as a report be published in a newspaper of general circulation throughout the county at least 1 week prior to the establishment by each levying authority of the millage rate for ad valorem taxes for the current calendar year. And whereas OCGA Section 48-5-32 requires the computation of a roll-out millage rate to prevent tax increases resulting from increases to existing property values in a jurisdiction due to the inflation. And whereas the city complied with the relevant provisions of the chapter and the 1937 budget law as amended when it adopted its fiscal year 2022 budget in June 2021 will comply with OCGA Section 45-5-32 and 48-5-32. When approving the approved 2021 tax digest information per the Fulton and the DeKalb County Tax Commissioners become available, and whereas the city will prepare a public advertisement based on the current tax digest information received to be advertised in a paper of general circulation, and will prepare millage rate ordinances to be adopted by council in accordance with the provision of OCGA Section 48-5-32. Now therefore be resolved by the Council of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, that the municipal clerk be and is hereby authorized and directed to place a public advertisement in a paper or papers of general circulation depicting the tax digest, millage rate, ad valorem tax, and other information as required by OCGA Section 48-5-32. Be it further resolved that the public advertisement shall be in a prominent location in such newspapers and shall not be included with legal advertisements. Be it further resolved that the public advertisement information shall be broadcast on the city's cable TV channel, and that's AMP number 24585. The motion is to approve.
Take a motion to adopt. Is there a second? I don't hear a second. Is there a second?
Is there a second or there questions? It should be very simple. This is not.
Well, first hold on a second.
Second, Matsakite.
Okay, there's a second by Westmoreland, a motion by Shepherd. Now, any discussion?
Yes, President Moore.
Yes.
Yes, Councilmember Hillis. I was kicked off the line during last item, I believe, of the SEC report, so just want to make it reflect that.
Okay, we'll do that right after we finish this paper.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes. Any discussion on the item before us? Okay, hearing none, let's open the vote.
Please vote. The vote is now open. Will everyone please vote?
Thank you very much. So let's go with Mr. Matsakite.
Yes.
Winslow? Dickens?
Yay.
Shook?
Aye.
Brown?
Yay.
Westmoreland was the second. Oh, Mr. Westmoreland, how do you vote?
In favor.
Kuroki?
Yes.
Bond?
Aye.
Hillis?
Aye.
Archibald? Yes. All votes are cast.
The vote is now closed. Populating votes. Populating votes. Yeas, 0 nays.
13 yeas, 0 nays. It's adopted. So now I'll entertain a motion to perfect the record to indicate that Mr. Hillis voted on the last item previous to this immediate consideration.
So moved.
Voted in favor. Is there a second?
Second, Shepherd.
Second by Shepherd, motion by Masakai. Any discussion? Hearing none on unanimous consent of members present, we will perfect the record. Mr. Clerk.
Duly noted, and for the record, that item was 21-0-0446, and that would be reflected as 13 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. So now there's another item for immediate consideration?
Yes, you received a notice that I have one.
Go ahead.
This is a resolution by Councilmember Archibald. The ELMS number is 24613. The resolution requesting the Department of Public Works allow residents to place yard trimmings in plastic bags temporarily until regular and consistent yard trimming collection services are restored and for other purposes. Whereas staffing shortages are affecting the solid waste industry nationwide, and whereas the Department of Public Works is taking action in an attempt to address the challenges of collecting yard trimmings by hiring temporary staff, extending work hours, developing recruiting and retention incentives, and adjusting yard trimming collection to every other week, and whereas the problem of untimely yard trimming collections persists, and whereas the required paper sacks used to hold yard trimmings are deteriorating and permitting the contents of the bag to spill into the right-of-way, and whereas not only are the yard trimming bags unsightly and they sit in front of homes for a week on end, the spilled contents represent a threat to Atlanta's stormwater system as they are swept into the system, posing a clogging risk, causing flooding. And whereas these ongoing challenges to providing timely yard debris services call for the temporary use of containers made of other materials such as plastic bags or plastic bins that can withstand the elements until this crisis has resolved itself. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, that the Department of Public Works is requested to allow residents to bag yard trimmings in plastic bags until a regular and consistent yard trimmings collection schedule is restored. Be it further resolved that if regular yard trimming collection services are interrupted in the future, residents will again be permitted to bag yard trimmings in plastic bags. Be it finally resolved that all resolutions or parts of resolutions in conflict herewith are hereby waived to the extent of this conflict. I make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Okay, I thought I heard Mr. Shook say second. Okay, is there any discussion?
The legislature.
Hearing none. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
I was asking, could I add my name to the legislation with Councilmember Archibald? I think this is an incredible piece of paper.
Okay, Mr. Brown wants to add his name. If there are any other members that want to add your name, please indicate. All right. So let's open the vote. Okay. Okay, Mr. Bond. Anyone else? Okay, Mr. Clerk, let's open the vote.
The vote is now open.
Okay. And on the adding of the names, if there's no objection, we'll add those names on unanimous consent.
Will everyone please vote?
All right, if you can close it out so I can see. Okay, I can see. All right, so let's start with Mr. Westmoreland.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Hillis.
Aye.
Mr. Faruqi.
Yes.
Ms. Winslow. Mr. Matsakai.
Yes.
And Ms. Shepherd?
And
Yes.
Dickens is a yes.
Mr. Dickens, you're already up as a yes, and Mr. Brown is being populated. Ms. Shepherd said yes. All votes are cast.
Bond is a yay.
Okay, I think I got you already, Mr. Bond.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
The vote is now closed. 13 yeas, 0 nays.
13 yeas, 0 nays. It's adopted. And 2 names were added as sponsors, Mr. Brown and Mr. Bond. All right, thank you.
Duly noted.
All right. Are any more items for immediate consideration? Okay, and I'll ask you all for a little patience. I know there are a lot of papers to be introduced, and I have to toggle between 2 screens, but I'm going to start with Ms. Archibald, followed by Ms. Boone, Mr. Brown, Mr. Dickens, Mr. Faroki, Mr. Hillis, Mr. Matzkite, Ms. Overstreet, Ms. Shepherd, Ms. Smith, Mr. Westmoreland, and then Ms. Winslow. And if there are any members I did not call, I will take you after Ms. Winslow. So let's start with Ms. Archibald.
All right, thank you very much. An ordinance by Councilmember Madeline Mosby Archibald, an ordinance to rezone certain properties in the Edgewood neighborhood from R5 2-family residential to R5C 2-family residential conditional to encourage compatibility of new construction with existing residential properties and for other purposes. The ELMS number is 24474. That's 24474 ZRB and zone. All right, thank you. An ordinance by Councilmember Madeline Archibald authorizing the transfer of $75,000.00 from the Council District 5 carry forward account to the Council District 5 distribution account to continue serving the Atlanta community for the public good and for other purposes. ELMS number 24598. 24598 to Finance Executive Committee. Thank you. An ordinance by Councilmember Madeline Archibald to waive City Code Section 15-07.002 of the subdivision ordinance of the City of Atlanta for the purpose of facilitating an acknowledgement of 821 Kirkwood Avenue as 2 separate lots of record and for other purposes. ELMS number 24582. 24582 to Zoning Committee. All right, I think that's all. Thank you very much. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you, Ms. Boone.
Thank you, Madam President. A resolution by Councilmember Andrea Boone to ratify Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom's executive order number 2021-92 to authorize the City of Atlanta to provide a one-time signing bonus in an amount up to $500 for employees successfully recruited to the Department of Public Works positions of Environmental Services Worker, ESW, and Solid Waste Operator, CDL Driver, which shall be payable to employees successfully recruited into said positions whose dates of hire shall be between July 30th and September 30th, and which shall be payable in fiscal year 2022 from the current Department of Public Works personnel budget and for other purposes. And we are waiting on that ELMS number, Madam President.
I think I have it, and this is for CDL drivers?
CDL drivers and environmental drivers.
Okay, so I believe this is 24588, 24588, and that will go to city utilities as well as Finance Executive Committee.
Thank you. Next item, a resolution by Councilmember Andrea Boone, a resolution by Finance Executive Committee authorizing the mayor and designee to enter into an agreement with ASK Reply Inc., DBA B2G Now Inc. for RFP S1210256 Diversity Tracking Software Services on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Contract Compliance in an amount not to exceed $269,850.00 for the initial term. All contracted work will be charged to and paid from the fund, department, organization, and account number listed herein for other purposes.
That is 24586 to Finance Executive Committee.
Thank you, Madam President. That concludes my legislative item.
All right, let me get back to the other. Give me 1 second. There it is. Now we go to Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Madam President. Elms, ID number 24616. Ordinance authorizing the transfer of $50,000.00 from the Council District 3 carry forward account to the Council District 3 distribution account to continue serving the Atlanta community for the public good and for other purposes.
Okay, that is 24616 to Finance Executive Committee.
That completes my papers, Madam President. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Dickens.
Okay, let me read my hand. An ordinance by Councilmember Andre Dickens, an ordinance authorizing the transfer of $60,000.00 from the Post 3 at Large carry forward account to the Post 3 at Large distribution account to continue serving the Atlanta community for the public good and for other purposes. And that's Elms 24597.
24597 by Mr. Dickens to Finance Executive Committee.
Okay, and I also have Elms 24587, a resolution authorizing the mayor or her designee to issue task order number FC10640-71 for contract FC10640 job order contract and service with Johnson Locks Skyline Atlanta JLC Contractors LLC for EMS Station Fast Track Building. On behalf of the Department of Enterprise Asset Management in an amount not to exceed $4,000,000.00. All contracted work will be charged to and paid for from the fund, department, organization, and account number listed herein and for other purposes.
Okay, we will send that to Finance Executive Committee. What's the Elms number again?
24587.
24587 to Finance Executive, okay?
Okay, Elms 24589, a resolution authorizing the mayor or her designee to execute the First Amendment to lease Clayton County Hotel lease and the First Amendment to lease Fulton County Hotel lease with Majestic Atlanta Airport Hotel Owner LLC, a Delaware limited liability company for hotel development at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport to provide certain changes in the leases to adjust dates to provide for a due diligence period and for other purposes.
24589 to Transportation Committee.
Okay, and that concludes my papers.
All right, we're number 8, Mr. Faroki.
Thank you, Madam President. I have two papers. The first is Elms number 24611, a resolution, an ordinance by council members Amir Faroki, Andrea Boone, Carlos Smith, Andre Dickens, Marcy Collier, Overstreet, and Peter Winslow to designate the intersection of Peachtree Street Southwest, Edgewood Avenue Southeast, and Decatur Street Southeast, honorary Lonnie King Jr. Square, and for other purposes.
24611 to Transportation Committee.
And Elms number 24615, an ordinance by Councilmember Amir Faroki, transfer $5,000.00 from the District 2 Consulting Professional Services account, participatory budgeting, to Civic Trust LLC for web administration and digital advertising and for other purposes.
24615 to Finance Executive Committee.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We now have Mr. Hillis.
Thank you, Madam President. 4 papers. First one is Elms ID 24602, An ordinance by Councilmember Dustin Hillis authorizing the mayor or her designee to make the intersections of Johnson Road Northwest and Westside Park entrance to Phase 1A, Johnson Road Northwest, and Westside Park entrance to Phase 1B, and Johnson Road Northwest and North Eugenia Place Northwest, and the Rockdale and Grove Park neighborhoods, always stop-controlled intersections, to authorize the Atlanta Department of Transportation to install stop signs at these intersections and for other purposes.
24602 to transportation.
Thank you. Next is Elms ID 24603, an ordinance by Councilmember Dustin Hillis authorizing the mayor or her designee to make the intersections of St. James Drive Northwest and Lotus Avenue Northwest, St. James Drive Northwest and Lookout Avenue Northwest, St. James Drive Northwest and 1st Street Northwest, St. James Drive Northwest and 2nd Street Northwest, and St. James Drive Northwest and 4th Street Northwest in the Almond Park and Ferry Park neighborhoods, always stop-controlled intersections, to authorize the Atlanta Department of Transportation to install stop signs at these intersections and for other purposes.
24603 to transportation.
Next is Elm ID 24599, an ordinance by Councilmember Dustin Hillis to amend Chapter 10, Article 2, Section 10-93 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances as to provide an exemption from the distance requirements listed in Section 10-88.1 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances for one package store licensed to sell malt beverages, wine, and or distilled spirits at 2251 Marietta Boulevard Northwest and for other purposes.
24599 to public safety, legal administration.
Next is Elms ID 24580, an ordinance by Councilmembers Dustin Hillis, Antonio Brown, and J.P. Mackatite to adopt the Upper West Side Improvement District Master Plan to amend the City of Atlanta 2016 Comprehensive Development Plan so as to incorporate the plan into the CDP and for other purposes.
24580 to CDHS.
Thank you, and that completes my legislation.
Okay, Mr. Mackatite.
Thank you, Madam President. I have 4 pieces of legislation. The first is Elms 24521. 24521 is an ordinance by Councilmember J.P. Matzekite authorizing the mayor or her designee to install a 3-way stop sign at the intersection of 28th Street Northwest and Wycliffe Road Northwest and for other purposes.
Okay, let me make sure I'm getting that. 24251 to transportation.
Excuse me, that was 24521 I had on my sheet.
Okay, so one of us is correct. I think we may just have the same number, just transposed, but that goes to transportation.
Very good, thank you. Next is Elms number 24592, 24592. An ordinance by Councilmember J.P. Matzekite authorizing a donation in the amount not to exceed $5,000 from the Council District 8 Carry Forward account to the Atlanta Police Foundation Operation Shield to assist the Tuxedo Park Civic Association with the purchase of a PTZ camera and for other purposes.
24592 to Finance Executive Committee.
The next is Elms number 24605, 24605, an ordinance by J.P. Matzekite to amend the City of Atlanta 2011 through 2026 Comprehensive Development Plan and Connect Atlanta Plan so as to incorporate the Peachtree Battle Neighborhood Transportation Study Master Plan into the CDP and the Connect Atlanta Plan and for other purposes.
24605 to CDHS Committee.
The last one is 24594, 24594, an ordinance by Councilmember J.P. Matzekite authorizing the mayor or designee to amend the Atlanta Framework Agreement between the City of Atlanta and the Path Foundation for the Wayuka Path Project to extend the term of the agreement for a period not to exceed 940 days and for other purposes.
24594 to Transportation Committee.
All right, and I think I do have one more. I do have one more here. It is.
I may have the number.
Yes. Yeah, I have it. It is Elms number 24604, an ordinance by Councilmember J.P. Massakite authorizing a donation in the amount not to exceed $1,000.00 from the Council District 8 Carry Forward account to the Chastain Park Conservancy to assist with security patrols and for other purposes.
24604 to Finance Executive Committee.
Thank you. That concludes my papers.
Thank you, Ms. Overstreet.
Okay, we have one paper.
And it is a resolution by Council Members Marcy Collier Overstreet and Andrea Boone, a resolution requesting the Department of Public Works to coordinate the purchase and installation of 2 commercial trash receptacles and place them at 2317 and 2323 Cascade Road, and to service these receptacles on a predetermined schedule after installation and for other purposes. It's M number 24600.
24600 to City Utilities Committee. Ms. Overstreet, I do have you down for 24618, amending a neighborhood planning unit map. Are you skipping that one?
No, I'm not skipping that one. Let me find it out, and I'll go.
I'll come back to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Shepherd. Ms. Shepherd.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could not unmute myself. I have 2 papers, and then I'm going to come back at the end, Madam Chair. I have another paper that's being written.
Okay.
So let me go ahead with the 2 I have. Okay. A resolution by Councilmember Joyce Shepherd requesting the Commissioner of the Atlanta Department of Transportation to conduct a traffic study outside of Humphrey Elementary School on Humphrey Drive Southeast to determine the need for any safety improvements such as traffic calming devices, reduced speed, or stop signs, and for other purposes, including cameras.
All right, thank you.
24601 to Transportation Committee.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
The other is...
And you're coming back. Okay, go ahead.
I have one more, and then I'm going to come back at the very end. So I have one more. An ordinance by Councilmember Joyce Shepherd, Matt Westmoreland, Peter Winslow, Andre Dickens, and Michael Julian Bond. An ordinance to transfer $2,000.00 from the District 12 Carry Forth account to transfer $2,000.00 from the Post-Stewart-Large Carry Forth account to transfer $1,000 from the District 4 Carry Forth account to transfer $1,000 from the Post-Stewart-Large Carry Forth account and to transfer $2,000 from the Council President's Carry Forth account for a total of $8,000.00 to artist Ashley D. Thomas for the Let Freedom Roll mural installation at the intersection of Metropolitan Parkway and Ralph W. Abernathy Boulevard and for other purposes.
Okay, there's 246. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Elms number 24606. And I'll be
246. Okay, 24606 to Finance Executive Committee. We will now move to Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. My first one is Elms 24520, an ordinance by Councilmember Carla Smith authorizing the mayor or her designee to make the intersections of Atlanta Avenue Southeast and Martin Street Southeast, Atlanta Avenue Southeast and Hill Street Southeast, Atlanta Avenue and Greenfield Street, and Atlanta Avenue and Connolly Street, all-way stop-controlled intersections, to authorize the Atlanta Department of Transportation to install stop signs at the intersections and for other purposes.
Okay, that's 25420, I believe.
245, is it? I have 450.
I might be just transferred. Yes. 24520. No, you're right. 24520 to transportation.
Okay. My next one is Elms 24472, An ordinance by Councilmember Carla Smith to amend Chapter 10, Article 2, Section 10-94 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances so as to provide an exemption from the distance requirements to a private residence set forth in section listed for on-premise consumption for one bar located at that parcel of land known as 63B Georgia Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, and for other purposes.
24472 to Public Safety Legal Administration.
Thank you. My next one is ELMS 24583, an ordinance by Councilmember Carla Smith waiving certain provisions of Chapter 2, Article 10, Real Estate and Procurement Code of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances in order to authorize the city attorney as the designee of the mayor of the City of Atlanta on behalf of the City of Atlanta Department of Law to execute an agreement with Sullivan Strickler LLC for the provision of legacy data, document production, open records, and e-discovery support systems to the Department of Law and the City of Atlanta in an amount not to exceed $1,300,000.00 for a term of 1 year, which shall be automatically renewable annually, commencing retroactively on February the 26th, 2020, to ratify the acceptance of services provided from February 26, 2020 through the execution of the agreement authorized hereby, to authorize all contracted work to be charged and paid from the fund department organization and account number listed and for other purposes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to do the ELMS number for the next one.
Go ahead.
Hurry, and I forget to pause and let you tell me where it goes.
Okay, so that one, what was the ELMS number for that one? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's 24583.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they list on the 24583. I'm going to send that to both Public Safety and Legal Administration and Finance Executive.
Okay. And then ELMS 24584, an ordinance by Councilmember Carla Smith authorizing the mayor or her designee on behalf of the City of Atlanta to exercise renewal option number 3 for sole source agreement listed with Ecovus Inc. on behalf of the Department of Grants and Community Development for the Grants Network Research Master Subscription and Services Agreement, retroactively effective beginning May 1st, 2020, for an amount not to exceed $56,200.00 in accordance with section listed, Article 10, Procurement and Real Estate Code, Code of Ordinances of the City of Atlanta, and for other purposes.
24584 to Finance Executive Committee.
Okay. And my last one, ELMS 24617. It's an ordinance by Councilmember Carla Smith authorizing the transfer of $15,000.00 from the City Council District 1 carry forward account to the Council District 1 distribution account to continue serving the Atlanta community for the public good and for other purposes.
24617 to Finance Executive Committee.
That's it for me. Thank you.
All right. I know that some of you are waiting, unless there's something on what has been referred. I'm going to come to you at the end. Let's go to Mr. Westmoreland.
Thank you, Madam President. First item is ELMS number 24590, a resolution by Councilmembers Matt Westmoreland and Jennifer Ide authorizing the mayor or her designee on behalf of the Ethics Division of the Office of the Inspector General to enter into Amendment number 1 for Contract SP-S-1210191, special procurement for the Ethics e-filing system with Easy Vote Solutions, Inc. by adding additional funding for additional services in an amount not to exceed $70,000.00, all contracted work to be charged to and paid from account number listed herein, to extend the term of the agreement from a single 1-year term to a 3-year term with 2 1-year renewal options and for other purposes.
24590 to Finance Executive Committee.
Next one is ELMS number 24591, I think. A resolution by Council Members Matt Westmoreland and Jennifer Ide authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to refund customers for overpayments to water and sewer accounts in an amount of blank, All funds to be charged to and paid from fund department organizations and account numbers 5051 and for other purposes.
Okay, 24591 to Finance Executive Committee.
Elms number 24607, an ordinance by Councilmember Westmoreland authorizing a donation in amount not to exceed $1,000 from the Post to at Large Carry Forward account to Cascade Avenue Neighborhood Organization to support ongoing neighborhood projects and for other purposes.
24607 to Finance Executive Committee.
Elms number 24608, an ordinance by Councilmember Westmoreland authorizing a donation in an amount not to exceed $1,000 from the Post to at Large Carry Forward account to the Collier Heights Community Association to support ongoing neighborhood projects.
24607, Finance Executive Committee.
24609, an ordinance by Councilmember Westmoreland authorizing a donation in an amount not to exceed $1,000 from the Post to a Large Carry Forward account to Grady Cares and for other purposes.
24609 to Finance Executive Committee.
An ordinance by Councilmember Westmoreland Elms number 24610, authorizing a donation in an amount not to exceed $5,000 from the Post to a Large Carry Forward account to House Proud Atlanta to support crucial home repairs for legacy residents and for other purposes.
24610 to Finance Executive Committee.
And then finally, Elms number 24612, an ordinance by Councilmember Westmoreland authorizing a donation in an amount not to exceed $5,000 from the Post to at Large Carry Forward account to Park Pride to support neighborhood parks and community gardens across Atlanta and for other purposes.
24612 to Finance Executive Committee.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Winslow. Ms. Winslow. Okay, Ms. Overstreet.
Thank you, Madam President. An ordinance by Councilmember Marcy Collier Overstreet, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or her designee to amend the city's official neighborhood and neighborhood planning unit maps for the purpose of incorporating the Continental Colony, Baker Hills, Bonnie Brook Estates, and Windsor Forest neighborhoods accordingly and for other purposes. This is Elm 24618.
24618, and that was, let me find it on my list here, that goes to CDHS.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Boone.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. An ordinance by Councilmember Andrea Boone, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or her designee to waive Section 138-84 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances and to install traffic calming devices on Brownlee Road Southwest, between Boulder Park Drive Southwest and Treadwell Circle Southwest, and for other purposes. Elms number 24595.
24595 to Transportation Committee.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other items for members?
I'm waiting on mine as we speak, Madam Chair. It's supposed to be in front of me right now, so I'm waiting.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get it soon. But while I'm waiting, I did want, Madam Chair, if I can respond real quickly to the questions that Mr. Bond had asked earlier. I did reach out to the administration, and at our last public safety meeting, we did discuss them coming and bringing a report, literally a report on where are we with the status of the police officers in the parks, with the study from the police and the Parks Department. So there's a commitment that they will be at the public safety meeting on this coming Monday to talk about that and discuss that. Okay. I don't know if there's any questions. And I also have my resolution in front of me at this point also.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, what did Mr. Bond say?
Okay, he said thank you for your response.
All right. So let me go ahead.
I just want to, you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. I don't have an M summary for this one, Madam Chair. It was a little quick.
Okay.
So, A resolution by Councilmember Joyce Shepherd to authorize the Atlanta Police Department to evaluate the process to install video surveillance cameras in all City of Atlanta parks and recreation facilities to help deter criminal activity and for other purposes.
Okay, that will go to Public Safety and Legal Administration.
Thank you.
Thank you. I understand Ms. Winslow had a paper. Did she get a member to introduce it for her? I'm waiting to see, or if someone could respond, or if there's a member who's willing to.
Send it to me. This is Smith.
Well, if someone would send it to Ms. Smith, she said she won't read it in. Send it to Ms. Smith. So while that is happening, let's go to general remarks and then we'll come back to Ms. Smith. Are there any general remarks for the good of the order? Okay.
Yes.
Hearing none. Go ahead, Mr. Bond.
Just an announcement on Wednesday. Trying to get the flyer up. We're having a food box giveaway. Oh, I'm trying to find the flyer.
I'm ready while he's trying to find his flyer.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Smith.
An ordinance by Councilmember Cleta Winslow and Carla Smith authorizing the mayor or her designee to make the intersection of Glen Street Southwest and Formwalt Street Southwest an all-way stop controlled intersection, to authorize the Atlanta Department of Transportation to install stop signs at these intersections and for other purposes.
Okay, Transportation Committee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Mr. Bond, are
right.
you ready? If not, I can go to another member.
Yeah,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready, Madam President. Thank you. We're having in cooperation with Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington, the Post-Wanted Large Office, is having a grab and go of free family size, the distribution of free family size meal kits on Wednesday, August the 4th at 3 p.m. at the Fulton County Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center. That's at 2805 Metropolitan Parkway Southwest, 30315. These kits contain all the ingredients you need to prepare 2 home-cooked meals that include fresh produce, protein, poultry, samples. The CDC and COVID-19 safety protocols will be in place. This is sponsored also by HelloFresh, the Post-Wanted Large Office, Commissioner Arrington's office, Second Helpings Atlanta, and Welcoming Atlanta. And so we encourage those who are in need to reach out to participate. We will also be having a back-to-school book, bag, and supply distribution for registered families. And that concludes the announcement.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Boone, and then Ms. Overstreet.
Yes, I would like to announce tomorrow is Tuesday, August 3rd, National Night Out. Please come out and tour all of the District 10 communities that will be celebrating National Night Out starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. going to 8:30. Tomorrow is National Night Out. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Overstreet.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd also like to invite everyone to come to National Night Out. We will be several places, but I will start my tour of the celebrations at the McCoy Park with Keno, Cascade Avenue Neighborhood Association, and so organizations. So I invite everyone to participate in all as many as National Night Out as they can to support our police department and as well as the community interacting with one another for the benefit of the community. So I will be there on August the 7th, which is Saturday, at Greenbrier Mall from 12 to 4. My office, along with Fulton County and APS, are actually going to be at Greenbrier Mall for an Empower Day. And that means that we're going to have a PAD resource table. The pre-arrest diversion is going to be there talking about our efforts citywide with pre-arrest diversion. We're going to have fresh produce from Fulton County to give out to anyone that needs it. Please come by and grab that. My office has hundreds of book bags for children going back to school. Would love for everyone to bring the children out to grab those. We'll have DJ Toop. He's going to be playing on the ones and twos. And so I really want everyone to come out and enjoy our District 11 Empower Day at Greenbrier Mall, Saturday, August 7th from 12 to 4. We will also be partnering with Madeline Archibald's office for vaccinations on Saturday from 12 to 4 at Greenbrier Mall, sponsored with Walgreens. It really is in line with the vaccination that we just did at Greenbrier 3 weeks ago. It's time for your second shot. So come on back to Greenbrier Mall to get your second shot of the Pfizer vaccination. So Council District 5 and Council District 11 will be passing out or administering vaccinations with Walgreens at Greenbrier Mall, 12 to 4. Registration is recommended but not required for everything that I've mentioned. Just show up, walk-ups will be available, and we just want to make sure that the community gets vaccinated as well as understand all of the resources that are available to them from the city and the county. And so I'll see everybody Tuesday and Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shepherd.
Thank you. I have two announcements. Tomorrow night, National Night Out, we will kick it off beginning at West Ridge, Sandtown National Night Out. They will actually be at the corner of Sandtown and Sandtown and Venetian Hill with National Night Out. They will start at 5 o'clock. It's at the park. It's called the Peggy Quick Park. And so please come out for that. And then at 6 o'clock, Lakewood Heights, our neighborhood will be having a National Night Out at 1800 Jonesboro Road in the Lakewood Heights community. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hearing no other general remarks, let's go to the adjourn.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Smith.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I went a little, I think I need somebody to mute. I'll cut them off. That's what I'll do. Okay, so let me start with the adjourning roll call. Mr. Clark.
Today's meeting was held in accordance with 50-14-1 regarding open meetings. Adjourning roll call, President Felicia Moore.
Present.
Council members Michael Julian Bond, Matt Westmoreland. Here. Andre Dickens. Here. Carla Smith.
Here.
Amir Faroki. Here. Antonio Brown. Here. Cleta Winslow. Natalie Mosby Archibald.
Here.
Jennifer N. Hyde. Howard Shook. J.P. Mastakite. Here. Dustin Hillis. Here. Andrea L. Boone.
Present.
Marcy Colley Overstreet.
Present.
Joyce M. Shepherd.
Present.
The time is now 5:06 p.m. Thank you. Mr. Clerk,
Here.
Yes. Mr. Bond is here.
Duly noted. Thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, I heard Mr. Bond. Is there a second?
Second, Smith.
Second by Smith, motion by Bond to adjourn. Any further discussion? Okay, any objection? Hearing none, on unanimous consent of members present, we are adjourned. Thank you all.